Hi folks, Daniel here with another how-to for your Cadillac CTS. Today we're replacing the cabin air filter. This how-to applies to all third generation Cadillac CTSs 2014 to 2019. That's CTS, CTS-V VSport, and CTS-V. The cabin air filter is really nice because it helps keep the air inside your car just a little cleaner. I've got all the details up next. It's 2019 at the time of making this video, and that means that there's a lot of CTSs running out of warranty and running out of a free maintenance plan. So that means no more free oil changes and no more free cabin air filters. The dealer will charge you at least $25 to $50 for the original GM filter, and then probably a half hour or so of labor on top of that. You're looking at $80 to $100 just for them to do something that you can do in 5 minutes. If you can change the batteries on your remote, I think you can do this. I got my filter from Amazon, and it's even better than the GM filter, and it costs less than $15. So that's like an $85 savings that you could really use. So let's get on to this easy install and enjoy the fresh air. All right, for this installation, you really only need one tool technically, and that's this Phillips head screwdriver. But I do suggest having like another, maybe a flathead, because there's sort of a weird screw located in the glove box that you need to unscrew while holding another piece. I'll tell you what I'm talking about later, although I have gotten rid of this screw out of my glove box. Now, since I wouldn't be a proper DIY guide if I didn't show you what that screw looked like, I wanted to show you with a similar screw I found in the garage. So up in the glove box, it would be up like this, pointing upward, and you see there's sort of this crown on it, and that's what you don't see. So there's a screw in the center, and if we try to screw on that, the whole thing kind of turns and the crown also turns. So that doesn't work. So what I suggest is if you can somehow hold that crown in place, and some people will say, well, maybe you can get a flathead screwdriver and get it between the crown and the screw. That might work, but do what you can on there, and then just hold it in place, and then gently, without pushing inward, because the screw will just kind of push itself back in, you kind of have to just lightly twist, and you'll see the screw slowly come out. And then once that's out, you can pop this guy out. And now you'll be able to pull out that section of your glove box. So you see how these two went together. And then when you're done, if you want to put it back in, but you really don't have to, you just push that piece back in there, and then the screw sometimes will just push right in, but on this one, I'm definitely going to need to screw it. But again, you need some way to hold that crown. All right, here in our manual, here you can find the passenger compartment air filter part. There's a GM part number and an AC Delco part number if you just want to get the AC Delco part. Obviously, the filter from Fram does not have the same filter number, but it is the correct filter, the one I purchased. So I purchased this Fram Fresh Breeze cabin air filter. It has not only baking soda, but it also has activated charcoal, which is supposed to be helpful in taking out odors out of the air. This is pretty well received on Amazon. This is the part number CF11966. It says that they suggest changing it every 15,000 miles, or the owner's manual recommendation, and our owner's manual says every 22,500 miles. So we'll call that every 3 oil changes or so. Let's check it out. As you can see, it's kind of gray. It's got the activated charcoal built in. Smell test, I don't smell anything. But it's important to note that the airflow goes that way. So in your car, it's going to be flowing downward like this. So just put it in like this. All right, let's get started on this install. Like I said, it's super quick. I've got my GoPro here for the first person view for you, and we're just gonna knock it out. Now, the cabin air filter is located behind the glove box, as it is with most cars. The air comes in at the base of the windshield on the outside, flows in through the filter, gets cleaned, and then distributed throughout the car. So let's get to that filter. First, open your glove box. If you have anything on these upper shelves, get rid of that. You don't have to worry about anything underneath. We don't need to remove the door. If you have a CD player here, that's not a big deal at all. It doesn't change the install whatsoever. Now right here is where the screw would be, but I've removed that screw and it's gone. I don't really think you need it. To get to the filter, just grab this shelf, not this intersection. You don't want to pull out this one or your CD player. You want to grab the shelf up here, pull it straight out, and there's some wires attached, and just set it aside and it will stay right there. Then I'll put a light in here so we can see just a little better. And in here is the cover for the filter. It says down, and there are 4 clips to remove. I like to remove the top clips first. I think that's easiest. So I'll loosen those. It's a little bit of a tight fit with your fingers. And then the whole thing comes right on out. All right, and then we'll grab, actually we're gonna pull out our old filter. Just pull it straight out. Doesn't look too bad, just a little dirty. And then we'll grab our new filter. Make sure airflow goes down. And just slide it right back where the other one was. Make sure it sits flush. Grab your cover. I like to put the bottom clips in first. It goes right here in this little notch, and the other side. Make sure that's flush, and then just grab your drawer and position it appropriately and slide it on in. Make sure the tab goes back to where that screw hole is and replace the screw if you like. Don't remove any other screws. Like I said, you don't need to remove the door. That's all you have to do. Pretty simple, right? That's it, we're done. Now we can enjoy the fresh air. Thanks for watching this how-to on the Jet Fuel Only channel. If you found this helpful and now you're gonna change your cabin air filter yourself, be sure to hit the like button. And let us know in the comment section what filter you like to use in your car. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and you'll be notified of my next how-to Cadillac video. See you next time.